Good morning, my dear student friends. In the last class, we have seen the basics of computer. Now we will see how to getting started with C. This is a directly chapter 3. After the completion of a chapter 3, we will explain the next topics. Okay. Now let us see how to start with C. Already we came to know what is a C programming language. What is a program? Program is a set of instructions. By using that set of instructions, already know what is a instruction. Instruction is a rule to follow to accomplish that task. Right. In the same sense, if we want to learn this C programming language, we must know English. To learn the English language, what we have to know? We have to supposed to know alphabets. If we came to know the alphabets, then we came to know if we came to know alphabets, we can frame words. If we frame the words, we can frame the sentence. If you frame the sentence, then you are framing the paragraph. Okay. So likewise, if you came to know the English, then you can frame the English language. If you want to frame the English language, we should know the alphabets. Then what is an alphabet? Alphabets are characters, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? All the letters. This letter is nothing but characters. If you make the combination of characters, then it becomes words. If you make the combination of words, then it becomes a sentence. If you make the combination of sentence, then it becomes a paragraph. Got it? In the same sense, if you want to learn the steps of learning C, then we have to know alphabets and digits and special symbols. In our keyboard, we are having various kinds of keywords. Various types of keys. Those keys are treated as special symbols. Okay, and now by using your alphabets, digits, and special symbols, I can form as a constants, variables, and keywords. Now let us see what is a constant. Constants are fixed values, it doesn't changes, right? For example, alphabets are exist, I'm treating it as a constant. Whether A, as we have learned in our English language, A, capital A, small a, and styles of A, but it never changes its value. Got it? A means A itself only. Got it? In the same sense, we have to use variables. To explain these variables, I am taking one more new sheet. Okay, now let us see this variable. For example, in while solving your mathematics problem, we are taking some equations, right? For example, C is equal to AX plus B. Please observe, I am making it some bold. Okay, now solve this equation. In mathematics, we know solve these equations by assuming the A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to X is equal to 30, right? Got it? Whenever you are doing, you are using C, A, X plus B as we are familiar in your mathematics. Then what is this C, A, X plus B? All these are the variables, right? Then what is a variable? Please observe here. In A, you are storing 10. Got it? It is a memory location. In B, you are storing 20, and it is also a memory location. In C, you are storing 30, right? You are assuming that. Please observe here. By assuming, then you are keeping in your mind, you are storing these values in your mind and replacing that value. Okay, and you are processing the data. Got it? For the best example of a graphical notation, I am taking insert. Please observe here, I am taking shape. Where is the shape? Yes, just a minute. I'm taking this. Okay, I'm copying and copying and copying and copying. Please observe here. Okay, I am treating it as a and I am treating it as a B. Okay, B, and here it is a X, and I am treating it as a C. Okay, please observe here A, B, X and C. Okay, then this whatever the box is representing, I am treating it as a memory. Okay, memory, the box is representing the memory. For this memory representation, I have given the name. Okay, that name is A, B, X and C. Okay, clear. Now here I am storing the value in this memory as 10. Whether it is visible? No. Right, you want make a large. Yes, now you understood, right? Yes, got it? Yeah. Now it is 20. Okay, and here it is 30. Okay, here it is 30. Okay, yes, if you have seen here, the definition of a variable is name given to the data storage is called as variable. Okay, so you are giving the name to the data storage location. This storage means memory. Okay, you are storing that value in that location, and for that location you are giving the name and you are storing that value. Clear? So this is called as a variable. Okay, now you are processing. What is your equation? C is equal to A x plus B. Then how you are saving this? How you are processing this? C is equal to A into X. What is A value? 10. What is X value? 30. 10 into 30? 300. Right. 30 tens are 300. Right. 300 plus 20. 320. Now what is the new value here? 320. Whatever the processed information you are storing, then it will be stored. Okay, it will be stored in your memory location. Right, from this you are seeing that the value of the variable may vary. The value of the variable may vary during this program execution. Okay, likewise this is a one program you are solving this. For example, if you have 5 mangoes at your pocket, so if you have 50 rupees in your pocket and your friend lend you some 50 rupees, then how much amount you are having? 100. Got it? In the same sense we are calculating. Clear? Yes, here you came to know this is a variable. This variable may vary during program execution. This this value of a variable will vary during program execution. Means the value of the variable changes. The value of the variable will changes during the program execution. Clear? Yes. Now I am coming here. Next, keywords. Here keywords are exist. As we know, the translators in the previous video, right? As what is the purpose of translators? They translate the information. Here we are having compilers as well as interpreters. Already we have discussed that by using that translators, they came to know some of the things. Here the keywords means some fixed meaning. Those meaning never changes. For example, let us assume the preparation of a tea or coffee program. You are using certain constants, right? Got it? Whether it will changes? No. Those constants doesn't changes. Whether gas will change? No. Right. Whether cylinder will change? No. The shape of the cylinder may change, right? It may vary. Please observe here. Please make a note. Okay. Glass. Whether glass will change? No. What is a glass? Then you came to know it is a container. It is a fixed. What is? That is a keywords. Likewise, if you want to learn the C programming, we are having keywords. These keywords are used to processing some information. Okay, and these keywords are having fixed meaning. Already the compiler of C programming came to know what it has to be done and what it has not to be done. And by using alphabets, digits, special symbols, we are converting it into constants, variables and keywords. By framing these keywords and constants and variables, we are giving the set of instructions, then your program will be executed. For example, we have seen in this example, so here A is a 10, B is a 20, X is a 30. Here it is a one processing, one executable statement. Processing is executable statement. Okay, you have to do this calculation. This calculation is nothing but a processing. Okay, so likewise you are using here alphabets, digits and some constants. Here the constants is not there. Okay, here the variables are used. Now next we are moving to character set. So these are a very essential questions. In your previous question paper it has asked. We will continue this. You have to be give more importance in this chapter because this is the fundamentals of your C programming. Now we will see the character set. Character, already I told what is an alphabet. Alphabet consists of letters. Individual letter is a individual character. A is a character, B is a character, digits are exist, right? For example, digit 0 to 9 we are having. By this 0 to 9 we are framing an huge amount of data. Okay, those are the characters. Okay, and special symbols we are having in our keyboard. These are special symbols. These are also some character set, individual keys and individual meanings. And next one is white space. We can, while writing our notes also, we will sometimes we will give the blank. We don't write the continuously, right? That blank spaces is nothing but a white space. Somewhere we are using horizontal tab. It is horizontal tab means 4 space. All these are used to represent data. This is nothing but a character set. Then what is a character set? Character set is the combination of, character set refers either digit or alphabet or a special symbol for the representation of data. Okay, already we know what is the data, right? Now our next topic is C tokens. This is also very important question. You have to give more importance to this. Now in a C program, the smallest individual unit are known as C tokens. So in any programming languages we are having these tokens. By using these tokens we are processing our data. Okay, so these are the smallest individual unit. By using this smallest individual unit we can process our data. For example, I am giving the general example. Sometimes you are going to the bank. If a bank consists of a huge rush, then what they will do, they will provide you a token. Whenever the token comes, your data will be processed, right? Suppose if you are going to the hotel, in some hotels you have to be taken the first the tokens. If you give that token, you will get your huge buffet. Got it? So likewise, by using these tokens and you are writing your codes and also you are developing your programming. Okay, so these are gives the syntax of the programming. Okay, here syntax means rules. Please make a note. Syntax means rules. We have to follow these rules. Now what are the C tokens available? Here we are having keywords. We are going to be learning next. Already we told that keywords are fixed, meaning it doesn't changes. Next one is identifiers. You are seeing here, we will learn this identifier. And constants, already we came to know constant, the value doesn't changes. And the strings, here you are seeing a group of characters which are enclosed in double quotation. For example, if you see here ABC, that is enclosed in double quotation, and here is also enclosed in double quotation, right? Yes, now you are seeing here, and also you can mention anything, whatever the information, whatever the data you are representing within a double quotation, it is a string. Okay, for example, I am mentioning uh, some special characters, for example at ash 33. Okay, likewise all these are the strings. A group of characters which are enclosed in double quotation is called as string. Then here it comes character, a letter or a digit or a special symbol. Please observe your character set. Already you are learning character, a letter or a digit or a special symbol. Okay, yes, use it to represent the date. Now we are moving to the special symbols. Here the special symbols you are seeing, it is a open curly brace and closing curly brace. Okay, and it is a square bracket, it is open bracket and closing bracket. Okay, and these are the special symbols where you are going to be using in your mathematical expressions and your C programming also. And next one is operators. So as we know, in the previous example we have done the process, right? What the process we have done here? Ax plus b. Actually you have multiplied a into x plus b, right? So you are processing. So here you are using some operators. These operators are also plays a important role. So that is why if you develop any programming concept, then we have to use these tokens. In C we are having 6 types of tokens, as you know. First one is the keywords, second one is an identifiers, third one is the constant, fourth one is the strings, fifth one is a special symbol, and sixth one is a operator. Now we will learn the keywords. So already I told you that keywords are reserved words. Please observe here, keywords are reserved. It is already reserved, already it's known. Okay, its meaning as known. For example, if you did any reservations, then what happens? With that table or that seat are automatically it will be reserved. Those who have allotted that seat or bookings, they came to know who has reserved that, right? In the same sense, when you develop a C programming, you have to, you are going to be using some reserved words. Those reserved words are called as keywords. Those meaning as already known to the compilers. So who has allotted you the seat, they came to know, they are the compilers, right? In the same sense, whenever you are using these keywords in your program, this meaning is already known to the compilers. Okay, in in C there are 32 keywords. Please make a note, we are having only 32 keywords. By using these 32 keywords, we are creating the programs. Okay, and one more thing you have to notify, C is a case sensitive language. So case sensitive language means it, you have to use these keywords in lowercase letters. You are not supposed to use uppercase letters. Okay, now let us see what are the keywords available in your C. One is int, float, double, long, short, signed, unsigned, const, if, else, switch, break, default, do, while, for, register, extern, static, struct, typedef, enum, return, size of, go to, union, auto, case, void, char, continue, volatile. Okay, these keywords you are going to be learning in forthcoming programs. Okay, yes, next our concept is identifiers. Now once again I am moving here, I am treating here, it is a variable, a is variable, b is variable, x is a variable. Then what I am saying is identifiers. Identifiers means you are giving the names. Now you are having one identification, right? If I do not know your identification and I am unable to call you, right? Suppose you are having the name, isn't it? You are having the name. If suppose if you do not have the net name, then how I could call? I have to call you as a come boy. A boy come here, a girl come here, right? In the same sense, identifiers are nothing but names of variables or functions and arrays. These are the concept. We will see what is a function and what is an array in forthcoming chapter. You are using this concept. If you want to name those things, we have to use these identifiers. There are user defined names and consist of a sequence of letters and digits. For this, your user defined, who is a user? One who uses the computer is a user, right? We are defining the name of our variables, we are defining our name of functions, we are defining our name of arrays, right? Then whenever we are defining the names of our variables, functions and arrays, what does it consist of? It must consist of either letters, digits and special symbols. But here we have to follow some rules. Okay, whether your name is consist of any digits or special characters? No. Clear? For example, my name is K Praveen Kumar. Please observe here. Got it? My name is K Praveen Kumar. It consists of only alphabets, so it is a variables. Suppose if I placed in my marks card somewhere it is having dot, then I am using the special symbol. So actually in this we have to follow certain rules. It is not valid in your C programming because you are using special symbols. Special symbols are not allowed, and you are giving the spaces. These spaces are also not allowed. Here we are identifying the rules of identifiers. Okay, please observe the rules of identifiers. Whenever you are naming the variable, function and arrays, we have to look it over. So first character must be an alphabet. It must consist of an alphabet or underscore. For example, this is not a valid name. Okay. Something has happened. Just a minute. Yes. As we know, this is not a valid one. If I make it without a gap, then it is a valid one. If I want to use a special symbol with starting, you can use underscore like this. It is a valid one. Okay. After the underscore, it must consist of a alphabet. First character must be an alphabet or underscore. Okay. Must consist of only letters, digits or underscore. Clear? So whatever the giving the names to the variables or functions or arrays, it must consist of letters, digits or underscore. Only first 31 characters are significant. So you can give the length of your name of the variable or function or anything, it will be accept 31 characters. You cannot use the keywords. For naming the variables, functions and arrays, you have not used these keywords. Okay, and next one is must not contain the white space. As earlier we have seen, right? These are the rules we have to follow. What is our rule? Rule number 1, first character must be an alphabet or underscore. This is a valid one. Okay, must consist of only letters, digits or underscore. Okay, and only 31st characters are significant. Cannot use keyword. Must not contain white space. Yes, for example, I am showing some valid identifiers. As you are seeing the above, underscore abc is a valid, comma smc dca is a valid, comma, and smc 123 is a valid, Okay, likewise you can give anything. Okay, but invalid identifiers I will show you. Invalid identifiers, uh, for example SMC space BCA, it is an invalid. Got it? And why? Because you have given the space. Afterwards, if you use this 123 SMC, it is also invalid because it has started with uh, digits. If you use a special symbol first other than the underscore, it is also invalid. Okay, so these are the invalid identifier. Next we are moving to the concept called constants. Yes, let us see what is a constant. Already we are familiar with constants are fixed values in C which you cannot change, right? So these values doesn't changes throughout the program execution. C constants can be categorized into, here you are seeing the picture, numeric constant, character constant. Under the numeric constant, it is an integer constant, real constant. Under the character constant, it has broadly categorized into single character constant, string constant. Now we will see what is an integer constant. Once again, integer constants are broadly categorized into decimal constant, octal constant, and hexadecimal constant. Okay, we will see first about the numeric constant. In the numeric constant, this integer constant. Now let us see integer constant as broadly categorized into decimal, octal and hexadecimal. Now what is a decimal constant? Decimal constant means it consists of digits which has been formed through 0 to 9. It is a combination of digits. Okay, it may be formed with 0 to 9. Here it is preceded by positive or negative sign. That digit may be either positive or negative. Embedded space, commas and non-digit characters are not permitted in integer constant. Here whenever you are using this decimal constant, we are not supposed to use uh, commas or non-digit characters. Okay, I will show what is it is. Whenever you are using in your programming as integer constant, we are going to be using percentage d. This percentage d stands for control strings. These control strings we are using in our program by using printf and scanf functions. Printf and scanf. This printf is an output function and scanf is an input function. Okay, here we will learn in the coming slide, in the coming lesson, how to create this C programming, but we have to know this basic. Without knowing these basics, we are unable to create. Okay, now you are seeing the valid integer constant, that is 1 2 3 1 3 4 5 6. Okay, this is an integer constant. Suppose if I show the invalid integer constant, that is you have not supposed to, for example your salary is 25,000 or 30,000, you have not supposed to use, you have not to use 30 comma 000, it is a invalid. Okay, and for example it may be, please observe here, it is a valid one, I have mentioned with positive. Okay, and I am making it as a negative. This is also a valid one, but here it is invalid. After 30, if you give the space, for example I'm comma, this is an invalid one, I am making one another number 50 space 000. Here you have given the space, it is an invalid, it is not permitted. Okay, and next we are moving the rules for constructing integer constant. Let us see what are the rules we have to be followed. In integer constant must have at least one digit. In integer constant it must consist of one digit. It must have decimal point. Sorry, it must not have decimal point. It should not consist of any point values. If it consists the point values, then it is not as an integer constant. It can be either positive or negative. Already you are seeing here, it may be either positive or negative. It is a valid integer constant. Okay, and if no sign is preceded, an integer constant is assumed to be positive. If you are not specifying any symbol, then what it happens, please observe, and I am taking another example. Okay, Here the example, I am taking 2 3 4 5 6. So I have not mentioned any symbols, automatically it will take as a positive symbol. Okay, no commas or blank spaces are allowed within integer constant. Here we are seeing no comma or blank spaces. If you given the comma or blank spaces, then it is invalid. Okay, and next one is the allowable range for integer constant is minus 32,768 to positive value of 32,767. If you see here, if you are using the integer constant, then it's a range. Here it is coming. Okay, the range means it will store only up to this value. If it is exceeds this value, it doesn't stores. Okay, we will explain this brief in next coming programs. And next our constant is octal constant. Then what is an octal constant? The representation of values through from 0 to 7, which is preceded with O. The number with O is treated 0. It is either O or 0, you can be treated like that. If the number with O or 0, it is treated as an octal number. Octal means 8. It is only of 8 digits. Okay, so whenever you are using in your program, if you are using the octal constant, then you are going to be using percental O as a control string. We will explain this in coming slide. If you see here O567 or O234, this is the octal constant of a numbering system. Okay, next you have already learned in your schoolings, you have learned numbering systems, right? Now I am moving to the hexadecimal constant. Hexa means 16. So we are having the digits 0 through 9. After the whatever the character we have to represent, the value will be taken from A to F or A to F, small a to F or capital A to F. This capital A or small a value is 10, B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, E is 14, and F is 15. 0 to 15 means totally 16. Okay, so we are representing the values of hexadecimal. Then how to identify this is an hexadecimal? If any number is preceded with OX or 0x, if any number is preceded with OX or 0x, then it is treated as an hexadecimal constants. Okay, now we are moving to real constant. I hope you understand this decimal constant, right? Integer constant and hexadecimal constant. Yes, now we are moving to the real constant. So for example, if you observe, if you want to purchase a book, the cost of a book is 10 rupee 50 paisa. Okay, then if I want to represent that constant, then we have to use real constant. Suppose if you are purchasing vegetables in a market, at that time it will show 20 rupees 75 paise, right, per kilo, like that. Okay, so if I want to represent any information in the form of points, then we are going to be using real constants. Real constants, it contains fractional numbers also. You are representing the values in the form of fraction. Okay, for example, you are calculating your average marks. Then how you are calculating your average marks? Total marks secured by you. Why? Your number of subject. If you process that total number of subject by number of subject, you are getting your average marks. That average marks will be in the form of point value. Got it? These constants are nothing as real constant. This notation is called as fractional numbers. Okay, this real constant consisting of digits 0 through 9 and compulsory one dot character is to be represent. Here point, this point is called as dot. Okay, it may be either positive or negative. The value may be either positive or negative. Likewise, we are going to be representing. And next we are moving to the real constant. You can represent your real constant in two forms. One is a fractional form. For example, you in your 10th class, 9th class, 8th class, you are learned pi value. What is the pi value? Yes, you are representing 3.14156 or 22 by 7, isn't it? 22 by 7 is nothing but 3.1417. 22 by 7 is a fractional form. Whatever the value you are getting, it is called as a fractional numbers, right? Point values. And also this real constant I can represent in the scientific notation also. If I want to represent scientific notation, we have to use exponential notation. Exponential stands for example, you have learned a plus b whole square. What is a plus b whole square? A plus b is base and square is a exponent. Got it? In the same sense, we can represent the value in real constant by using this syntax, this format. Already you know what is a format, right? I already told, I think so. Format means controlling the appearance. Here we are having the mantissa part, e part, and followed by the exponent part, power part. Okay, so then how to represent this mantissa part, exponent part, as well as e part? Here the mantissa part is a fractional or integer, while exponent part is always integer. For example, you are seeing here one value you are seeing, right? For example, 2.345345 E3. Whatever the value before the E, it is treated as a mantissa. Whatever the value after E, it is treated as an exponent. Okay, here the value of E is always 10 power. Here the value is always 10 power. For example, here it is given 2345.345 can be represented as 2.345345 E3. Okay, I will show you. Just taking a simple example, I am showing you. I am taking here calci, right? Let me get the calci. Yes, I am getting the calci. Okay, this is calculator app. Let us see what is this value. 2.345345. What is the value of 10? Right, 10 power 3. So it means 1000, isn't it? 10 power 3 is 1000. 10 tens are 100. 100 tens are 1000. Or else I will do 10 into 10 into 10. So you are seeing the same value, right? 2,345.345. So likewise you can represent the values in the form of exponent. Okay, now let us see what are the rules we have to be follow for constructing this real constant. A real constant must have at least one digit. Okay, it must consist at least one digit. It must have a decimal point. Compulsory it must have decimal point, and it compulsory it must be a point value. It could be either positive or negative. The value may be either positive or negative. Default sign is positive. If you are not specifying any sign, then default it will take as a positive. For example, I have not specified any sign, it is a positive value. Okay, no commas or blank spaces are allowed. We are not supposed to give any blank spaces or comma in your real constant. Hope you have understand this concept, right? Next, our concept is a single character constant. Then what is a single character constant? A single character constant, it is represented either a letter or a single digit or a single special symbol which are enclosed in single quote. If you are using a letter, see for example here you are seeing letter 5 is within a single quote. Here X is a letter, sorry, here the digit, right? What is a single character constant? A digit or a single character or a single special symbol which are enclosed in single quote. It is called as a single character constant. Okay, yes. So whenever you are using in your program, we have to use the control string for the real constant is %f. %f. For the character constant it is %C. For example, you are seeing here one output statement. It is actually output statement. I will explain in the next uh, next how to write the C program. In that we have to know these basics. If you do not know these basics, then it is you are unable to understand. So that is why I am starting these basics. Okay, so this is an output statement. If you want to display the character constant, here it has to be C. If you make it as a D, it will print here its integer number. I will tell you why it is. Okay, next our concept is string constant. This is a 5 marks very important question, this constant. So just go through it. Okay, now string constant. So string means a group of characters, here sequence of characters is the same. Sequence of characters means group of characters which are enclosed in double quotation, then it is called as string constant. In that group of characters, it may be letters, numbers, or special characters, whatever it may be. Those are the group of characters which are enclosed in double quotation. Then it is treated as a string constant. For example, see here, hello 1987, well done, that is within a double quotations. All these are the valid string constants. Okay, next our constant is backslash constants. This backslash constant is also one of our important. For example, if you see here, if I press the enter key, what happens? The control, here the insertion point you are seeing, right? This is a insertion point that is moving. If I press the enter, what happens? Control will move to the next line, next line, next line. All these are the some backslash character constants. Suppose if I press the backspace in my keyboard, my control will move to the back. Okay, likewise in our programming also we are using such backslash character constant to do some specific task. Here we are using /t and /n. /n for new line, /t for horizontal tab. Hope you have understand this concept. We will continue in the next chapter, next video. Thank you.